that the deficit is gone.
It was the high point of the governor's State of the Island address last night and brought Republican senators to their feet. A deficit which at one point measured over $500 million.
Even better, there's a $10 million surplus. We anticipate that the FY 2012 audit report will reflect this surplus. And because of our fiscal policies and discipline, there is no more accumulated deficit.
Much of the deficit has now been converted into more manageable debt. Over $300 million in bonds sold in the past 2 years to pay off past due tax refunds, bringing GovGuam current on all past due refunds for the first time in 20 years. But the governor acknowledged paying off that debt and other GovGuam obligations will still require continued fiscal discipline.
We've stabilized finances so we can get to this point where we are paying down very old bills. And I ask for senators to understand that better cash flow doesn't mean the era of austerity is over. We still have bills to pay that accumulated over decades. The improved financial condition means we are on the right path, but we'll be right back to where we started if we mistake these improvements for an overnight turnaround.
But not at the price of public safety, said the governor, who emphasized the need to get tougher on crime.
We all know why it is so necessary. More people are being assaulted, more property vandalized and burglarized. Sex offenses are up. The drug problem isn't getting any better. This despite customs officers confiscating already $14 million worth of ice in 1 year alone, along with 3,000 ounces of marijuana. Part of the solution is to increase the police force. Indeed, we plan to recruit new police officers, firefighters, customs and corrections officers, but more funding is going to buy police equipment. And we are prioritizing resources to that aging emergency communication system.
The governor also pointed out that roughly a third of the 600 inmates and detainees in our prison are immigrants, which led him to raise the issue of the impact of the compact and the federal government's failure to cover the cost of that impact. Governor Calvo made it clear that a lawsuit against the federal government is pending.
The federal government has repeatedly sued Guam to provide services to cover the unfunded mandates. I think it's high time that now Guam takes the fight to the feds.
But overall, the governor was upbeat and optimistic, citing increasing tourist arrival numbers, job growth, and a healthier business environment.
The increase in business activity will lead to job growth, a trend that we're already seeing. More people are working, and private sector wages are slightly up. And the trend is reversing from the last few years. And that's why we have to continue to move in this direction.
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.